I've just got out of bed and these early mornings are a joke. Let's go to the Carboot. I've got my coffee, let's go. Right, I've just arrived at Hoggs Lane and there's not that many sellers. The weather might have put some people off, but there is a lot of buyers already. It's only 10 to 6. Too early for my liking, but the guy that runs the Carboot on Facebook told everyone to get here for 5:30. I've got here, there's about a fifth of the field of sellers is what's normally here. But obviously this is really early, so it's only going to get busier. But I don't have that much money anyway. I'm having a few cash flow issues at the moment. I've had a really poor week and I've made no money. With my shop fees coming out, I've actually lost money this week, so my shop fees were more than what I've made, so therefore I am struggling. So this will probably be my only Carboot for a while, until I get some money to go again. But that's the reality of it, is sometimes you overspend and you don't make enough and you have to wait and be patient. So that's what I'm going to have to do. But in the meantime, let's go find some bargains and see what I can get. How much have you got on this?
£3. I think for 250 for them. If you have more than one, I'll do 250 each.
Just a Sonic one after that. Would you do 250
I'll
just
do
for Sonic?
250 for the Sonic, yeah.
Do you have any change at all?
Depends on where it is. If
I've got a tenner.
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I went to the cash point and that's all it's got.
Yeah, it's just rained and rained and rained, hasn't it?
Sorry, a little bit cheeky, you'll put these in your car again.
Yeah, go on.
And the
Can you fit
reason
it
is
through the window, Sandy Creek?
16 green.
Oh, mixing by
Worse than that. That's fully collectible. It's roughly around, you probably get about £20.
Tell you what, Kate, because that's my friend's bag.
Oh, it's just a cranking together and space. Right. Anything you don't want, I'd say you just bung in the back of your bag.
Yeah.
Alright. So we've got loads of stuff lying on the floor.
How much do you want to rent?
£3 games, mate.
£3 per
Them ones, right? It's
They're all different prices.
Ah, that's
yeah.
fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want to have a look? Got too far back, so
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to use space.
stuff down there.
Yeah, in general, like the Call of Duty's about £3, Thief for a quiz, you know, they're all different.
Yeah, no problem, thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Alright, mate.
Again.
How much is it?
Oh, it's fine. Okay.
They all Velcro.
Oh yeah, they're Velcro, yeah.
One leg goes in there and the other one Velcro's on there.
I don't know how good or bad the footage was, so I do apologise. So I've just dropped this back at the car. This was £15. I wasn't going to haggle with him. I think this is a really good price for what I've got. So it's a nice McDonald's display piece. Need to research it and look on eBay. I did check on my phone, and there's one for £200, but obviously that's what someone's asking for, not what it's worth. But yeah, really unique piece.
The brand new ones or the black ones? They're £8 each, darling. Then £5 the black.
Excuse me.
£3, darling. Get rid in the back. You having them plus the these?
How much is your group?
Sorry?
How much is the group thing, the plush?
This, £5.
Right,
Yeah.
I have to think on that one. That's cool.
Sorry?
I'll just have a think on it. That's cool. That is. I think
Yeah.
from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. What would you expect to pay for it?
I'd have offered like £3. That's any good to you?
Just do 4.
£3.50.
Team.
See what
Do
change
four.
again.
I'll take 4.
Well, I'll do 4.
You're getting a bargain anyway, aren't you?
It's got the tag on. That's pretty cool. Oh,
Yeah.
hang on, sorry.
£4.50 you said.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
There
Take
thank
care.
you.
Bye.
The bikes, 20. They're 10 each, aren't they, Tim? Yeah.
I feel like I've already made 2 bad purchases already, and I've only made 3. Today's not going great.
There you go, mate. To get around a wee bit quicker.
How much is your Nerf gun?
The Nerf, Haley. Nerf gun.
£4.
£4.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah, you're going for it.
Do you have any bullets or anything for it? Is it just...
No,
that's fine.
Anything, but you can get them on eBay for next to nothing. £1 each, not for the whole basket.
I've got the twins here as well in packs, so would you be interested in them as well? Them are the twins
To be
there.
fair, without the 2 at the front, how much for the other 4?
Right.
So the 2 figures and then the woman and the man on the front.
So
You showed it as 5 each and 10, so what's that?
So she's
16,
10.
25. Would you do
She's-
20 for the 4?
yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
Now I've got to find the carrier bag.
I think I've got one. Yeah.
I've just realised I took them out the vat and then I don't think I've put them back.
No, that's okay. Thank you for that.
No worries.
How much is your bottom car?
50p.
Yeah, I'll take that, thank you. Thank you, have a great day. Cheers. I'll take that, yeah. How much is that one as well?
£4.
Okay, I'll take the 2 then, please. Go on, man, how much is your car?
Hey, mate.
Yeah, go on, I'll take that.
Okay.
Do you have any change? I think I've just spent my last coins. I got a £5 if that's any good. I've got 5 if you got 4 quid.
Yeah. I can do that.
Cheers, mate.
Trainers. What a big. UK 11. How much? 150. They're not buying on this today. Earlier? My daughter. Oh.
Excuse me, you mind to have a look at the vans?
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Thank you. What size are they?
Oh God, you'd have to check. It's been a while since. She never ever wore them, to be honest. You want those? No, 150. Some of you will have them for 150.
How much are they?
I was going to ask 3 quid for them, because what it says, she's only worn for about half an hour, but 250.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
No worries. I don't mind dropping a little bit at the start, but dropping stupid. Thank you.
Excuse me. Would you take 5 on the Mickey Mini? I think you've got 3 each. Would you do 5? Yeah, go on then. Thank you. Do you have any change? I've got a tenner if you've got 5. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Knows that is Courtney, another guy. She might know because he jumps down the house wall.
I don't know. No, do you know what it is? I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'll just put you back down there, mate.
I'll take them for 5, yeah.
Yeah.
How much is this one? Yeah, I'll just get this for 3 then, please.
Okay.
Do you have any change for 5?
How much is it?
Which one?
£2 each.
Didn't get a chance to get these on video, but there was a guy that just got a box of games out of his car, said he didn't want to be swarmed early this morning. I was just walking past, Paid up for these, but some decent titles.
We've got to the point now, we've got 6 or 3-year-olds that just don't look at this stuff anymore.
Alright, dear.
And how much are your games as well?
Pretty something, mate.
How much are the tins?
The tins, there's loads of them in there, Pete. Nah, no worries, mate.
How much you got on those two as well?
Just a quick for the two of them, mate.
Go on then, yeah, I'll take them as well, please. Thank you.
I think so. It's good price because it's look at the online people.
It was a lovely hot day and I got some really good pickups, so it's time to go through everything that I picked up. You'll also notice that I'm filming from my garage, which is unlike me, as in all my other videos I've been in my game room or the kitchen or something in the house. So I actually renovated the garage the other week, added some racking shelving in here, tidied it all up, and I've actually got space to walk in and film now, so hopefully you'll see more videos in here. Now with the lighting, the light above is rubbish. I've got a little LED light and I've got a ring light, so if the lighting is still poor, let me know. If it's decent, then cool, we'll keep it as it is, but for the time being, this will have to do. Now I am also going to run through these items as quick as I can. I don't want the video to drag on too long. I am aware on other people's videos, as I do enjoy watching other people's car boot videos, people comment saying that they don't like the after parts, people discussing what they picked up, they just like the raw car boot footage, and that's absolutely fine and I respect that, but I don't have a GoPro at the moment. I'm just using my phone, so everything that I picked up is not on camera, so there are a few items on here that you wouldn't have seen yet, so do stick around for that, and I'll try and do a running total of how much I paid and how much it's potentially worth. So let's get into it. The very first thing you saw me pick up was this Sonic multifunctional headwear. Now this is like a headscarf, head mask, face mask, neck thing, I don't know. This was £2.50. That was the first purchase of the day. I was expecting it to be about £1 or £2, and the woman said £3. I didn't really want it for £3. She offered £2.50, and to be honest I needed change, so I had loads of £20 notes I needed to get rid of and £10 notes, so this helped me out with some change. I thought this would be a loss. I thought this would only sell for like £5 or £6, but one actually sold for £10 plus postage, so hopefully I'll be able to double my money after fees on that one. We picked up some media, so we've got some loose video game discs. So the first one is Resident Evil 4 on the Nintendo Wii. Now this one was 50p, and so was the other one, which is Sonic and the Black Knight. So for £1, whoops, I got 2 Wii games, and I think Resident Evil is worth about £5. Sonic and the Black Knight in CEX, I believe, is selling for around about £15, which has gone up massively in price. It used to only be a couple of quid game. That goes for around about £7 to £8 disc only, or at least I'm going to try to anyway. There's not really many sold listings for a disc only copy, but I usually find the cheapest case copy and then take a couple of quid off. Now up next we got this Nintendo 3DS game. She was selling her DS and 3DS games at £1 each, but there wasn't, I think this was the only 3DS game she had, and it was Frozen, Olaf's Quest and Big Hero 6 combo pack. So there's 2 games on 1 cartridge. It's only worth about £5. I thought it would be worth a little bit more than that. Unfortunately, It is cartridge only, there's no cover art, so I knew it would be a bit discounted, but I thought it would sell for a little bit more than £5, but from £1, can't complain. I picked up these 2 Lego Harry Potter games. They are years 1 to 4 and 5 to 7 on the Nintendo DS. Now they are complete and they're really good condition. She wanted £3 each on these, so I offered her £5 for the pair. And these sell quite well. One goes for about £8 and I think the other one goes for £7 or £9, so I'm going to sell them both for around about £15 plus postage. I bought 2 games off this person and one of the games I can't find. So the game that I can't find was a really good condition copy of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, and it was the Most Wanted on the PS2, but it was the black edition. It had an extra disc, I think it was like some bonus content, and it came with all the manuals and the inserts and everything. Really nice condition. At the time I could only see one on eBay for £30 and he wanted 20 for it. Now I was in 2 minds whether to add it to the collection or sell it, so I have a feeling I might have put it somewhere in my game room, but I can't find it at the moment. But that was £18 I paid for that, and then I offered him I think 20 for the 2 items, so this only cost me £2. And this was Downhill Domination, but this is the demo. Now I actually thought this was the promo disc, but unfortunately it is the demo, so this is for demonstration purposes only. So I've just seen this on the spot actually. I thought this would be a promo copy of the game, so I don't know whether the demo, the demo would definitely make it less valuable than the promo copy, because obviously that's the full thing. So I don't know if this was given away with like a magazine or something, but the actual game sells for around about £13 to £15. I remember playing this with my friend when I was younger, and it's actually a really good game. It's like a downhill biking game, and you could like punch each other off the bikes and stuff, I think, and you could do tricks and stuff. But yeah, it was really good. Not really too much saying it. I don't actually know it's worth anymore, because I thought this was the promo copy and I was going to sell this for around about £25 to £30, which is how much they've sold previously. But as it's the demo, I have absolutely no idea. Up next then, there was a lady selling some Xbox One games, and I had to ask how much they were individually, and I came up with a deal for these 2 for £11 and I offered 9. So we've got Wreckfest for £4, she originally had 5 on it, and this was 6 and I offered 5, so between the 2 we got them for £9, and that was Forza 4. Now I believe Forza 4 is worth around £10 to £11, and Wreckfest about £9 plus postage, so about the same sort of price. So hopefully I'll be able to get about £3 or £4 profit on each game. Next then we got Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This is the Bloomsbury, I think it's the something anniversary edition. The only reason I picked it up was because it was a first edition, or at least like a first print. So this came out in 2001, the original book came out in 1997, but this specific cover goes all the way down to 1, so that implies that it is the first edition or the first print. So it is battered, but it was only 50p, and I thought even if it's only worth a £5, I'd still profit. We got some trading cards as well. So we got some miscellaneous wrestling cards, and there's a few Transformers cards thrown in, so I'll probably keep the first one. I actually really enjoyed the Transformers films and I love Shia LaBeouf. So there's a Sam Witwicky card, and then in here is just a mixture of wrestling cards. I don't know how well you can see that on camera, but there's quite a lot of shinies and stuff in here. There's a limited edition Rock, which I looked on eBay, and in good condition he goes for around £10 to £15. Now unfortunately he's got some rough edges, and it wouldn't even be in gradable condition, so I would estimate that's only worth a couple of quid. But there's a few decent cards in there, so I only paid £1 for all of those wrestling cards. Of course the scrap Iron Man turns up just as I'm filming. So up next I picked up 4 of these Match Attack tins off the same lady I bought the Xbox One games off. These were only £3, there's cards inside, not really worth much value, but they are Premier League cards. There's a few shinies and good ones in there, but nothing really to write home about. However, literally only 2 stalls across there was a guy selling a bunch of actual trading cards that were decent, like he'd pulled all the best ones out and was selling them individually. Now he said that I could have something like 10 for, I think it was like £3 or £4, so we did a deal. There was a card I wanted that was separate. He said that one's £2 or £3 on its own, so in the end I offered £6 for the card that I wanted that was 2 or 3 quid, as well as 14 trading cards. So I haven't got them all here, some of them are still in the house, but just an example, we've got like Gerard 101, Gareth Bale 101, Robin Van Persie 101. So there's a lot of decent cards in here. So I picked out all of the 100 club and the best cards basically. So the value on these, I could probably get £1 to £2 each. I'll probably do a listing with all of them together. So I think there was 14 cards in total, so I reckon I can get at least £10 to £15 on those. Next, sticking with the video game theme, I was really gutted at this one. So those that collect PlayStation or PS3 preferably will know that the Wonderbook was a failed peripheral and accessory from Sony, and it is mainly associated with the Harry Potter games. There was 2 Harry Potter games on there, Diggs Nightcrawler and I can't remember what the other one, Walking with Dinosaurs or something. So there was only 4 games released on it. 2 of them were these Pottermore Harry Potter games, and one of them is like a 50p game and the other one is very rare and expensive. This was the last one to come out in the series of 4 games, and by this point nobody had bought it, and anyone that had didn't want to buy any more games for it. So I think it sold really poorly, and as a result it's now actually quite a rare and expensive game. So I found the big box version. Got the Book of Potions, so the other one is the Book of Spells. So this Book of Spells is the cheaper one. The Book of Potions is the rarer one. Now, I found this, and as I picked it up, I knew straight away what it was, and I went to ask how much it was, and he said, oh, it's got no game inside it, which is really annoying. So it's just the book. You can see it's quite nice inside, and like, you've got the thick cardboard in there as well as the book in there. So it's in good condition. This is probably a good upgrade for me on my own version that I have, but unfortunately it is just the outer box. Now I can still sell it because there's going to be someone out there that has the game and doesn't have the box for it, so it still holds some value. So I reckon I could get between about £14 and £15 for it. I think the game was listed for 25 to 30 on eBay just on its own, and someone's got the full set in the box like this for 45 to 50. So that says to me I could get at least 15 for the box, so we'll see. One of my favourite finds was this Goosebumps One Day at Horrorland board game. Now, I used to love Goosebumps, and I'm pretty sure that I had this game, or at least wanted this game when I was younger. I'm not sure I ever played it, but I remember seeing it advertised and I really wanted it. I don't know if it's all complete. The lady did say it was complete, but it's £3, and I thought even for £3, just for the parts alone, it's worth something. So these bits that have fallen off are here, so that's all good. This is open. I thought it was sealed, which is why I immediately said yes to £3. But this has actually been opened, but this has all the playing cards, the characters, stuff like that. She said she's quite anal about board games and stuff, so she said I always check the parts are in there and count them all up and everything. So she promised me that it's all complete. Obviously I will have to check it over. Sold listings and current listings are around about £20 for this, especially complete and in good condition, which this is. So I'd expect at least 15 to 20 on this. If there is something missing, then I'll have to sell it for parts. I'm not going to strip it down and sell just individual character pieces or anything. I will just sell it as you know, like 95% complete or something. Now the thumbnail of the video you would have seen is coming up next. So this was just sat there on the grass. Now it was quite early, and I assume the bloke had unloaded. He hadn't set everything up, but he'd loaded everything onto a tarpaulin mat and he'd walked off. I think he'd gone to look for some bargains for himself. So I waited for about 2 or 3 minutes, and I wanted to just, you know, carry on with my shopping, but I did really want this item, so I hung around for a bit, and then eventually this bloke came back and I asked him how much it was. Now I could have offered him £10, maybe £12, but I paid the full asking price of £15. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, when you saw me take it to the car, there's only one on eBay listed for £200, and that is this Happy Meal 102 Dalmatians promotional cardboard stand, and it has all of the 8 characters on there. Now the 8 figures go for around £10 to £12, so I think my money's safe. The background is obviously what's going to make the money. Now it is very flimsy, which is my biggest concern. It's like 30 years old. In terms of value, I reckon I could get about £100 maybe. Realistically, I would say about 40 to 50 quid, but if that other one's listed at 200, then I'll undercut him. His one is actually in better condition, so £100 seems fair if he's selling it for 200, and I can always reduce over time. So the next purchase were the set of 6 Pocahontas figures. Now these are from 1997, 8, 9, something like that. Now there's 6 and there's only 6 on the back, so I assume this is a complete set. £12 for the set. I was going to offer 10 and another bloke started touching and looking at them and asked how much they were as I was debating whether to make an offer, and he wanted them as well, so I said I'll pay the 12 quid, and it was all fine, no arguing. But then he did want to look through them, and I felt kind of bad because he had a few figures in his hand that he'd bought from a few stores down, and they were Pocahontas figures, and he obviously collected Disney figures, so he was asking me if I was a collector and whatever else. So I did feel a little bad, but technically I did get there first, so those were £12. I think I've sold those. I've sold 2 of them before. I haven't had the full set, but I've sold 2 characters for £5 each, so I reckon I could get about £30 to £40 for the full set. Now, I don't like to buy plushies, I don't collect plushies, and I certainly have a dislike for them since they take so long to sell. You could get a good one sold for £14 and you could list it for 12 and it'll still be there 6 months later, at least with my experience of selling plushies anyway, and you end up selling them or reducing them to like £2, £3, £4 before they finally sell, in which case what's the point in buying them? So I have tried to avoid buying plushies for a while, and my girlfriend's rule, if she ever comes to the car boot with me, is no plushies. So unless obviously I have to tell her it's a really good one. But yeah, so the rule is no plushies, and I went on my own this week and yeah, I bought some plushies. So up first is this Rock Hello Kitty. Now it's got a specific name, I think it's Bad Barbarians or something. Mad Barbarians. So this one's listed about £12 and mine was a little grubby, or it's not as good condition as the one listed, so I could probably get about £8 for that one. This Silver Charmander was £1 and I think it sells for around about 8. We got this Groot plush, more than I wanted to pay. She wanted a £5, but it's brand new with tags. I got it for £3.50, or is it £4? I think she wanted 4 quid actually. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make any profit on this one after fees, but this was listed on eBay for around about £12 to £15. Someone had it up for, so hopefully I can get at least a tenner for it. These Mickey and Minnie Wildcats plushes were £3 each, I believe, and I offered a £5 for the 2. They're both High School Musical and they smell really nice actually, so they've definitely been washed. So they're all clean and good to go. I think these ones specifically, someone was listing like individual ones for between £10 and £15 each. So for the pair, I reckon I could get at least 20 quid for those. This Applause Mickey Mouse, definitely vintage, probably 1980s, probably about 15 inches tall, and he was £1. I wasn't really going to pick him up, but for a quid I couldn't really argue. Hard feet, hard head, soft body. I reckon I can get about 10 quid for that one. Then I've got 2 Build-A-Bear plushies, and I don't usually pick up Build-A-Bear because despite people saying how good they are and they do sell, they don't always sell well for me. Though at least the ones I buy or find, obviously if they're Pokemon or something, that's different. But certain ones just don't sell. So this one is Sky from Paw Patrol. This one has the collar on it but no clothes. This one was, as I said, only a quid. I think it sells about £6 to £10, so not a great deal of profit in that one. I thought it'd be worth more, but I think the ones with clothing sell for like £15. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have the clothing. This one was in a turtle costume, which is over here. So I've removed the costume and I'm going to sell this separately. I'll probably get about £4 to £5 for that. But this one here, this little dog, was I think £1 from the same lady, and he's worth about £5 to £6 as well. And then the last thing, I don't know if you can call it a plush, but it's certainly a really cool item.
This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us.
So this...
what am I saying? Of course it is.
Shut up. So this Woody doll doesn't have a date on it, but it is Thinkway Toys, which is one of the better manufacturers. So there's usually the Disney store, then there's Mattel, and there's Thinkway Toys. So Thinkway usually make the best quality products, so they're usually worth more money. Now this doesn't have a year on it, so I don't know what specific film or movie this came from, but it's probably Toy Story 3 era, so I'd probably say around about 2010. So that's all the plushies out the way with. We also picked up this Real Madrid shirt with Ronaldo on the back. Now it is a kid size and it won't sell anywhere near as much as an adult shirt, but it is legitimate. It's made in Cambodia and I checked the product code and it all came back legitimate. It's also got this Club World Cup badge on there as well, which is definitely an adult size on a kid's shirt. But either way, it's a pretty cool shirt, and some Ronaldo fan might want it, or there's plenty of kids that would want it, so I think I could probably get about £20 for this. So we also picked up these Vans shoes. Now these are barely worn and in the box. I don't really like picking up kids shoes anymore. I think during lockdown they were really flying out, and the last remaining pairs have struggled to sell for me since. But these ones were, as I said, almost new. I can't see any wear on them, really good condition, and they come with the box, so that adds a bit of value to them. So I think I paid £2.50 for these, and I think I could sell these for around about £15. So I am a big Toy Story Alien collector, as I mentioned in my other videos, and this was only a £1. Now I think I paid, I think it was £80 for this, and it's pretty sure it's a Disney Store alien like claw machine, and it comes with more aliens, so there's definitely a few missing. The battery pack's missing, so it's not great, but for £1 I might just keep it in the garage. I might sell it, I don't know, but I think I have definitely got this in the box, and it is quite an expensive collectible. Obviously in this condition I won't get much for it. I reckon about £10 to £15. So I haven't decided yet how I'm going to sell it. I might keep the figures, sell the figures, I don't know, but either way, for £1 I'm not going to leave that there. So this next purchase was more for nostalgia reasons actually, but me and my granddad used to race this car around. This was his, and when I went to his house he would let me use it, and it was a remote control James Bond car. Now it's 2002, the number plate, so I don't know which James Bond that would have been, but yeah, this one was 50p. It doesn't have the remote, but I've sold plenty of RC cars before. You get about £5 to £6 each for them plus postage, and people use them as models, or they just use them as toys for their kids. So for 50p there's definitely some value in it, not a lot, but I could probably get about £6 to £10 for that. Following on from the James Bond car, we also picked up this 2 stores down for £1. This is a Ferrari Race Star Group car. It's 1 to 14 scale, really nice condition. Unfortunately the wing mirrors snapped off, that's the only bit of damage I can see. There's a few scratches on it, but pretty nice condition. Someone would want this as a model car or a plaything, as I said with the other one, so £1.50 for the 2, I really can't complain. I think I could get about £5 to £10 for that as well. So we are coming to the end now, you'll be pleased to know, but there's this Venom figure. This was 50p, and there was this Spider-Man figure, or silver Spider-Man figure, for 50p as well from the same seller. So I think I picked up the Alien stuff, these 2 figures, and the Harry Potter book from the same bloke. So this one's only worth about £3 or £4. I thought it'd be worth a little bit more. This is like a Bend and Flex Venom. And this one is a 2005 silver Spider-Man. Now I've got some Spider-Man figures from that era and they're worth a lot more, but this one's probably goes for around about £5 or £6. So there's still about £10 of value in these 2 50p items. I've just seen as well, when I purchased those Harry Potter DS games, I also picked up this Dora the Explorer game cartridge, and I believe that was just 50p on the Game Boy Advance. So I think that's worth about a £5. Now the last item, I'm a bit disappointed with myself more than anything, because I should have checked, but there's some vintage Thomas the Tank bedding, and I've got 3 duvets and only 2 pillowcases, but there was a whole box of stuff, and the bloke said all of the Thomas stuff I'll do for £5, so I took it. But when I got home I realised there's only 2 pillowcases, and I have a feeling that the other pillowcase, whilst they're all folded up and put together, I have a feeling that the other pillowcase could have been in there. So that's unfortunate. However, I don't know if there's 3 different designs, but there's at least 2. So here's one of them. So I believe these are from 1986, and they're these really nice, really good quality actually, bedding. So they've got these really cool Thomas pattern on. I know they do curtains and stuff as well. I forgot the name of the brand that makes them, but really good quality. So I've got 3 of those. I won't show you all 3 designs because I don't know, as I said, I don't know if one of them's the same. but those were £5. So we've got technically 5 items. We've got 2 pillowcases, 3 duvets, so it's £1 each. I believe the duvet set goes for about £20, and the duvet on its own goes for around 15. So we're looking at about £50 back on those, which is really good. So I did also pick up a copy of Resident Evil 6 on the Xbox 360. It was sealed and it was the Italian version. That cost me £4, and it only sells about 6 to 10, so I will probably keep that in my own collection as it's sealed. I also just remembered that I picked up this Nerf gun from Fortnite. I paid £4 for it and it sells for about £25. And then I found these interesting Burger King Pokemon toys. Now there is a whole box and they were 50p each, and I asked how much for the whole box and he wanted just £25. So I reckon I could make about £100 profit on this box. That concludes all of the items. The numbers will be on the screen. I'm not sure how much I spent and how much I will potentially make back, but I'm going to get all this listed now and hopefully we'll make some profit. I will see you on the next car boot video. Sorry if it's another long one, and thank you for sticking around to the end. Please like and subscribe if you haven't for more car boot videos, and as I get a GoPro the footage will get better and I probably won't need to do these end segments because it'll all be in the video. But until then, we'll do the car boot footage and then we'll do the pickups afterwards. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you later. Bye.